This is Lisa Kleitch, and this is a presentation on scales as part of the elements of music. Our brain likes organized sound, and scales are the way that we organize pitches and the interval relationships between those pitches. So it's very systematic. You find it all over the globe, and in fact, one of the most common scales globally is the pentatonic scale. So what is a pentatonic scale? Penta, 5 tonic notes. It's a 5-note scale. It sounds like this. Do, re, mi, sol, la, sol, mi, re, do. If you look at a keyboard, you'll see that there's 2 black keys and 3 black keys. And if you play those black keys in succession, you have a pentatonic scale. And in fact, if you sit around and just play on a keyboard, improvising, using just the black keys, you'll be surprised how good it sounds. This is a wonderful BBC production featuring composer Howard Goodall, and he's going to explain more about pentatonic scales.
Some melodic principles are universal and hold true for every culture on earth. Listen to these 5 songs from around the world. They all share something simple and profound.
Alunde, 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 aluya. Alunde, 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 aluya.
让我来将你摘下，送给别人家。茉莉花呀，茉莉花。
Deep river, my home is over Jordan.
गाइए गणपति जगवंदना, गाइए गणपति जगवंदना.
I am sailing home again, across the sea.
Okay, I hope this comes in handy for you when you're doing the Take a Musical Trip unit. So what do scales let us do? They're a very handy tool because they help us keep those relationships so that we can transpose or shift an entire melody and all the accompanying harmonic structure behind it upwards or downwards. And we do this through a system called keys, where it's all codified. You memorize the keys as a musician, so you know that if I start on this note, then these notes have to be modified in order for it to sound like it did on a different note. Let me give you some examples here. So this is Stairway to Heaven, the opening phrase from Led Zeppelin. I'm going to play it on my Sopranino recorder, and I'm going to start it on the key of D. Okay, now let's say for some reason I didn't want it to start that low. I wanted to change and start on a G. Well, those relationships in the scale allow me to do that. I just have to modify some of the notes so it doesn't sound strange. Okay, see, it sounded the same even though it started on a different note. The relationship stayed the same, the note changed. Okay, so why would somebody want to do this? I'm going to bare my soul here and play Bad Moon Arising. It was originally given to our ukulele group in the key of G. So let me give you a taste of what that sounds like. Yes. I see a bad moon arising. I see troubles on the way. Oh, yuck. Oh, dear. does not work well with my voice at all. And I could try it doing an octave lower. I see a bad moon arising, and that doesn't sound right either. Ugh. Okay, yuck tart. So, what's a person to do? Well, I can transpose all those relationships and change it from the key of G to the key of C. And then it's not quite so awful. I see a bad moon arising. I see trouble on the way. So you can appreciate that just changing the note that it started on, transposing by using scales and keys, I can make it sound a lot better. So it's a super handy tool for musicians. So in Western music, the pentatonic scale is used, but the two major divisions of scales that are more commonly used are the major and minor scales. They both start and stop on notes that are an octave apart, but there's different relationships between those notes and between that octave span that make a major scale sound very different from a minor scale. Observe. Here's a major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I'm going to start on the same note and sing a minor scale. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. It has a different quality to it. And you know this quality inherently. Here's Happy Birthday in minor. Okay, so within seconds you knew that it was Happy Birthday, and within seconds you knew that we're no longer a happy major song. It's a minor song. Now, minor isn't always sad. A lot of the jazz standards, like Sing, 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 they're in the swing tunes. They're all in minor. So minor doesn't have to mean sad, but your ear knows it. And I have a lot more fun major to minor shifts, minor to major shifts in your playlist that you can listen to. They're pretty cool. So, as a mere layman, how can you determine if a song is in major and minor? Well, you can look it up. Frequently, Wikipedia is not wrong on something as basic as this, and it'll tell you what key it's in. Or you can look up the chord charts. If you type in chords for whatever work it is, even some of the major classical works, you'll come up with a chord chart, and particularly if it's got lyrics. So, looking at Cough Syrup by Young the Giant, you can see in the first verse that all these big, bold capital letters, like the D above life and the A above the O's, G above wet, they are capital letters and they are unadorned. There's no little extra things. That means they are major chords. So it starts on a major chord and it ends on a major chord. By gosh, it's in major. In fact, you see here on the chorus above the word find, where it's a B with a small m, that's B minor. Now, just because a minor chord is in a major key, don't let that worry you. The minor does happen, but predominantly starts and ends on major. It's in a major key. Conversely, look at Dance Me to the End of Love by Leonard Cohen. So in the brackets, you have the chords, and it starts out with A minor, and it ends on E minor. And almost all the chords are minor, except for the D7, so you've got a really safe way of saying it's in a minor key. Starts and ends in minor. It's a minor song. Okay? Alrighty. Have fun with it.